Ah, I just saw that action. So I can upload Chivalry again. I'm doing it. Oh, full of surprises I am. These guys fun firemen. Bastards. Oh, I missed all of them there. Double button. Oh, there's one. Ah, bastard. Ow, how did he hit me? He's got one arm, he killed me. I chopped off his arm and he killed me. Fucker. Oh yes, archers available. Wicked. I don't not hit that. Straight into it. I've barely said a word, haven't I? Quickly save my teammate. Oh, no, not Jimmy. Stop kicking me, mate. Bastard. I should have kicked me, mate. Destroy the barricade. Ah. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. Punch him in the arse. Punch him in the arse. Get the fuck up. Ah! Run! You chased me? No, wait. I'm alive again. Oh, alive again. Just about alive from the first time. Oh, I see you. Wait. Yes. Ah! Pick up that shield. But we've got a bow now. I've got one right behind the camera as well. I'll pretend it's me there. But I won't, because I wouldn't like to get murdered by an axe. That kind of sucked. I haven't really said much, have I? Using the war bow. Because the amount of times I got one hit killed by it when I used to play this loads. Unbelievable. Oh, my teammate might mind having an extra ear piercing. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Ah, I just saw that action. Do you reckon I snipe someone from back here? No. Just launched over everyone's head. At least got to go kill me there. Fuck that guy. The warbow is going. Oh shit, dude. Shit, definitely hear a guy behind me. Let's keep pushing the objective. Just trying to stay close to the objective gives me those points. But obviously, being an archer, close to the objective, you're kind of just asking for death, aren't you? I'm out of arrows. Can I pick one up? Just give me arrows. One of these gives me arrows. So this one. Fucking hair just hanging up in my fucking. There we go, I got it. In my nose itch. No, keep pushing. Oh, missed. Again, I got a haircut. Oh, why did that one arrow veer off to the top left? I was going to nail him otherwise. Just standing there, aiming down a single corridor rest on the left-hand side of that wagon. Just hoping that they don't notice that I'm just stood over it. Yep, he's noticed. Whoa. He's noticed. Fuck. I commend him. Fuck it. He ran all the way across the map to try and hit me then. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Do love how my archer looks. White hair. All my characters in every game have white hair. because I'm getting old as well, and I won't have my long hair for very long. That's a joke, but you don't know. My dad's already getting bald spots anyway, and he's only in his 50s. So. Oh shit, death is encroaching very quick. Oh, speaking of it, you bastard! Oh, I'll kick you in the dick. I'll do it again. Look. Ah! I got killed by Digi. It sucks because the archer's ability is that brazier, whatever the fuck it's called. On the when you put like a barrel down, like one of those. Means you can set your arrows on fire, but it means you have to stay in one spot. I'm already attracting enough come kill me as it is. I don't want to just stay in one spot. Get out of the way. Now people who just archer hunt. It's unbelievable. So why would I stand still and make it easier for him? Oh, see, look at these guys. Oh. I'm missing every shot, man. I'm just hiding this tree here. Hope for the best. Where's he gone? Oh, God, so lucky he had a shield. Give me some more arrows. Give me. Give me. Run away, mate. And this convoy's just been stopped for ages now. Let me shotgun this guy. Bang. Oh. Who the fuck? Ah, bastard, crispy bacon. Of Bridgetown. What a way to go, killed by crispy bacon. Just literally just aiming into this group of people. Oh, and I missed everyone. Wait. Bastard. Who killed me? Where's that crossbow? Oh. I'm a snag. Oh, do you reckon they'll see me? I'll just stay here. It's not like I'm going to hit anyone, to be fair, so... He's noticed me. No, I lost it. What a name. Red dog. How many takedowns have I got? 26. Cool. Wait, can I use someone else's? I can. Look at that. Look at that. I was definitely put it really far away, but I don't really like that. Let's get closer. Ah, teams. Ah, fuck you, crispy bacon. Let's set it up right here. Now, this is good. Blast the people. Oh, is that guy? That close to me, fucking hell. there, guy there. Hi. What? Come on, I must be able to shoot through there. Stop moving, man. Oh, I can't hit through there. Really? I can't hit. Damn. Let's get stuck in. I say that as if everyone isn't already dead. At least we're about to go. Anyway. I've done my part. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Hey, what a kill. Oh yeah, back to pushing the convoy. Come here, come here. Fucking. Oh, you alright, mate? Have it. A bit of parkour. Dunk. What was it, I see, there I am in the last video saying I don't know much about medieval facts. I do know some facts about the longbow, which is pretty cool. So, the longbow as in this, obviously the recluse bow, not the recluse, I think it's called, yeah, the recluse bow. Oh, I didn't mean to pick up the stick. Which is like the one I've got. Oh, I'll quickly use it. One sec. So there's two types. There's two types of bows. The bow that I'm using in this game. Oh, come on. I'm trying to multitask. Here, there we are. I'm trying to do that one hand. This bow here, which I've got in the game. So you got the bows like that, and you got bows like this, which curve like reverse ways, like they curve outwards. These are called recluse bows, and the ones I'm using in the game are traditional ones. Put that back up there. So that's my anti-intruder device. Imagine that, breaking into someone's. It's the most British thing you can think of. Breaking into someone's house and you got a longbow pointed in. I think it's hilarious. So the recluse bows were used a lot by the samurai around the same time. So samurai used them a lot. So when we think of longbows, the idea of just a large bow that had a large draw weight of like over 100 pounds, that's not surprising. Like, that's not, everyone thinks British immediately, British longbow, but it's not the case. The British longbows are like the ones, I swear there's a button where I can like look around. Oh, my character, look at the front, but I guess not. But yeah, the, like, wow, like, longbows weren't just used by the British, they weren't invented by the British. What makes longbows so known to be British, because every Sunday, because Sunday is a rest day, and obviously in both in the religious text and what do you call it, and Britain was a very religious country. They wouldn't work on Sundays. The military wouldn't work on Sundays. Shops would be shut, etc., etc. So what the people used to do, what the townsmen used to do, so every man and every child, and every woman as well, would learn how to use a longbow. Just practice using a longbow. It wasn't mandatory. It was sort of habit, like how people have comic books or whatever, anime, TV shows, play football now, rugby, whatever. There's millions of, like, well, apparently I'm just shooting my thoughts and prayers at people. Oh, there we are. Oh, I've got to save this guy. Yes, have it. But yeah, they used to practice longbows. Not only was it a good pastime, but also it was so that the townswatch, so the townsfolk, if their town was ever besieged or attacked, every individual would just be like the select guards. Every individual could become a lethal weapon because of the fact that the bow was so dangerous. So the longbow was massively adopted by the British people. This is the only time in history that it was ever the case. So that's why British Isles and the English longbowmen were so famous, because of the fact that, like, you would get, like, the French invaded or Vikings or whatever. But it was a little bit after the Viking time. But they would just be so outgunned by the fact that their bow technology was great, but it was also used by everyone. Be like the equivalent of saying now everyone's trained in machine guns. It's like, yeah, we are fighting against kids and whatnot, but a kid with a machine gun is still pretty damn dangerous. And that's the case. That was the case back then. I gotta chase him in. There we go. Oh, no you don't, mate. Wait. I just killed someone with a fucking bow. Yeah. So, and the crazy thing is, that's where that insult comes from as well. A lot of people don't know. Well, it's more and more common now, but this insult, instead of the middle finger, that actually comes from taunting the French, because longbowmen were so, like, a good longbowman was so feared on the battlefield that what the French used to do to prisoners, the ones they didn't kill, because even though the Geneva Convention is relatively new in the terms of war, it was still like common practice to look after other people's prisoners of wars and etc. in European theatre. So, you know what I mean? It's the wrong day to look the wrong way. So the ones they would keep alive, of the French, the prisoners that the French used to keep alive, the British, what they would do is they would actually cut off their two fingers, so the fact that if they ever went to war again, they couldn't become longbowmen. Smart. The French, I would probably do the same if I would order my troops to do the same if I was abroad. Oh, back up. So where that insult comes from, that is teasing the French soldiers, saying, I've still got my two fingers. I've still got my shooting fingers, my trigger fingers. And it's stuck. And then, obviously, I never saw Winston Churchill use a fucking bow and arrow, but the most famous picture of him, oh, fuck off, mate. Oh, wrong button. Right down. Yeah, the famous picture of Winston Churchill he's there like that too, isn't he? Oh, I glitched out. Go out. Oh, he lost. Damn. How did I do? I did alright though. 50 takedowns, that's not bad. I'm happy with that. Yeah. How crazy is that fact? Couple of facts. Let's talk about the Leopard King last episode. Talking about, what do you call it? Already forgot this episode. Longbows. I need to think of more facts for the next episode. But either way, that's for the next episode. Oh, let me quit. Let me quit. Let me quit. Why? Yeah. But yeah, the samurai actually, what made the samurai so good, when you think of the samurai, you think of like katanas, and you think of stealthy ninjas, and you think of like, wow. The samurai hunted very similar to the Mongols, and horseback archery. So they would hunt in mass groups and just, that was quick, this game before it starts, and use archery skills and just bully enemies into submission with constant broad bombardment, of being out of range by staying in distance to the cavalry and coming in and shooting, just circling, and that's how they actually fought. So what I was going to say is, like, the longbowman, people say it was invented in the West, but it's adapted all over the world, and it's crazy how they, like, even the technology, when we talk about the recluse bow compared to a normal longbow, is different, and yet it's such a simple thing. You would think that you wouldn't be able to get much difference. But then again, you say that, you could look at swords, like the two I've got. You wouldn't think that a sword could look so different, comparing this sword, very slim and long, a very small hand guard with large hand grip, and comparing that to something like something like this. It's much smaller, so I can actually get out. Like where it's already wider and yet it's smaller. It's much smaller and yet it's got a hand and a half sword, also called a bastard sword. But the main name is a hand and a half sword. People call them bastard swords. It's the sort of the wrong name, but they're talking about the same thing. But a hand and a half sword was extremely common, the most common weapon of Western soldiers, just because that allowed them to hold a shield as well. But then also, if they didn't want to hold a shield, it was long enough to just be a weapon on its own. And the hand, try to hit the ceiling. The hand and a half encouraged sort of the ability to slide your hand slightly down and use it single-handedly with a shield, or just as such, just with one hand, or grabbing the lower part and just allowing you to have that extra control and mobility. It allows you to switch hands quite comfortably. That's a sword that you see a lot in this game, which you'll probably occasionally see me die holding. I wouldn't say get kills with. It's always just die holding. Yeah. In comparison to that, I couldn't hold that up sword with one hand. If I swing with it, it'll rip my shoulder out of place. So, yeah. Technology, even though it's so simple, just a stick for use of stabbing people, even they're so different as well. And on that factual note, we'll call it there. So, thank you all for watching again. Don't know what I'll make the next video on. Probably might be Chivalry, might not be. Chivalry's a fun one. I'll see if you guys enjoy it. See how the viewers do. So you guys take care, have a lovely evening, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Take care.